This video is brought to you by the Battle Zoo Bestiary, a new book with over 100 award-winning monsters and other resources from Paizo lead designer Mark Cypher. Sign up today at kickstarter.rollforcombat.com and join the campaign when it launches on August 31st. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's question is, can you attack a creature that has you grabbed but is not within your reach? So, for example, you take a giant octopus or giant squid or any other such creature, and they have tentacles that have reach on it, and say they're 15 feet away from you and have you grabbed. Can you attack them even though technically they're 15 feet away from you, and that's beyond the reach of your melee weapons? And I guess common sense would kind of say, yeah, I mean, if it's holding you, then you should be able to stab that tentacle or whatever that's holding you. But what are the actual mechanics of all that? Does it actually say anywhere in the books that you can do that? And it does say that you can do this sort of thing. It's not part of the descriptions of grab or grapple or any of those things. It's not in the Bestiary's monster ability index. Instead, it's in the core rulebooks under size. So if you look up that area where it talks about how different creatures of different sizes can interact with each other, it says that if a creature has you grabbed, you are within their reach, but their squared space on the map is beyond your reach, then it says that you can usually attack them back. And so it says usually, so this is going to be a GM's call of if you can and how that works. But assuming that your GM will allow you to do that, I assume it's going to work just like attacking anything else. You would be making your melee attacks against its armor class, and any damage you do to that tentacle is going to be taken away from that creature's hit points. Just like if I was holding something with my arm and my arm got hit, it doesn't have a separate pool of hit points. It has the same pool as the rest of my body does. So can you attack a creature that is beyond your reach on the map but has you grabbed? The answer to that is usually yes. Now, this assumes that you're making a melee attack. The grabbed condition imposes a DC 5 flat check on anything that you attempt to do that has the manipulate trait. Standard strikes do not have the manipulate trait, so there would not be that flat check. You wouldn't have to pass in that case. That flat check would still apply to things like casting spells that have somatic and material and focus components, and also to reloading a ranged weapon. But in most of those cases, you'd probably be able to attack at range the creature that has you grabbed, and not the arm or tentacle of that creature itself. And if you want to figure out rules, if you're a GM and you want to figure out, like, how do I go about lopping off one of these tentacles? There's no hard rule for that built into creatures I've seen, like squids or the octopus and so forth. But if you look at a similar creature, the roper does have an ability in a stat block that specifically calls out the ability for you to cut off one of the strands that have you grabbed. And as a GM, you might be able to use those rules as a guideline for how to manage a player who wants to cut off the tentacle of something that has them held. So that's it for this rule reminder. As always, I appreciate it when you folks leave me your suggestions in the comments areas of the videos, and I'll make sure I leave links to my other videos that deal with the grabbed condition and grappling and so forth in the description of this video. If you want more information, make sure you check out those videos as well. And I want to make sure I take a brief moment to thank everybody out there who supports me, whether that's through giving me your suggestions, leaving comments, liking these videos, subscribing to the Patreon, subscribing to this channel. I appreciate everything you folks do to support me and my channel. And with that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.